Today was a special day in the term, the second consecutive term where my youngest students, the fresh fourth grade geography students, got to do something that they'd never done before in their life. It wasn't in the textbook. It wasn't like, do this. They mailed a letter. That's right. The Postal Service. Now, the Postal Service is clearly in the domain of geography. It's a part of human geography, moving things horizontally around the face of the planet. And in week one, I told them about, I did a lesson about, here's how you address an envelope. Here's how post offices work. Let's teach you about them. And part of me, the first time I taught it, thought, teaching them, here's how horses and carriages work. It's post offices are slowly fading. But regardless, they're still in existence. And I got the chance to make for them something that they never thought they'd do. Mail a letter. The kind of letter they sent? Fan mail. To someone they admired. It could be an aunt. It could be their grandmother. It could be a friend across town. It could be a local soccer star or a film star, singer. But no one international, because that requires a lot more work. Told them last week, come in with the name of someone you want to send a letter to. But I won't know their address. We can figure that out with the power of Google. And then chaos ensued. They came in, they'd already addressed their envelopes incorrectly. Not just like where they were going, but like they'd write their name, tiny little letters at the bottom of the edge of the envelope. No. But I knew that having I wasn't going to have them send anything to their house. It's all going to come to the school. So I had created stickers with the school's address on them. Because last year I did this lesson, got the hopes of a whole group of students up that they got to experience the magic of the post office. They put, for pennies, they would put a little piece of paper in a box and it would go someplace. And someone they wanted to read it, read it. And I filled them with hopes. Like when I was their age, you know what I would do? I took my baseball and football and basketball cards, mostly baseball cards. And it was a thing that people would do. You could send the baseball card to the team of the player with a self-addressed stamped envelope. And, if you were a 9-year-old kid, they'd sign it for you and send it back. I got signatures from mid-level stars. That's who appreciated him or actually did something for you. Pete Rose wasn't going to send me a signed card, but Andre Dawson would. Lou Piniella would. Gaylord Perry would. But when I did my example last term, Tant Mieux did not. We're going to try again. And the difference is that last term, we didn't get any responses. The kids' hopes were dashed. They didn't get any mail because we didn't include the self-addressed stamped envelope. Now, getting a 9-year-old to properly address an envelope, which you've never done before, twice, and get the stamps on it. Stamps in Myanmar don't have glue. You gotta use the first kid who came up to me with his complete, I looked at his stuff, I was the quality control guy. You pass. Now, take the stamp and lick it. And he looked at me like, what? Lick it? And yeah, you're gonna taste the glue. There was no glue on there. Here's how you put a stamp on an envelope in this country. You put the paper on, the stamp on there, and you take some packing tape, you put it in the coat. You've stamped your letter. So we'll see. There's a big class, there's like 35 students. Of the 35, maybe 20 successfully got their letters out. I didn't look at what they wrote. That would have been a whole nother level. And there were some sad stories there too. I'm not going to share too many of those. One girl wrote a letter to my father. Address, China. That's all she knew. We'll see, I have better hopes. So please, famous Myanmar soccer person, friend across town. Me, one woman, she had no one to write to. She wrote to herself. Okay, write to me. And then when her envelope was messed up beyond any salvageable hope, you need another envelope. I'm afraid to go into the office and ask for one. Of course you are. I'll go in. I got it. I secured an envelope, and when I came back, she was gone. The Postal Service is not dead.